All right, so I was listening to some music earlier.
Okay.
As you do, as one does, you just put on a music playlist on YouTube. Do people do that,
Yeah.
or do you use like Spotify?
Well, I use YouTube because a bunch of the songs I like aren't on anywhere else.
Okay, well, perfect. Then you'll know what I mean. So you know how like once you start listening to enough stuff, YouTube creates their own playlist.
Yeah.
So I did that, and so a lot of the time when I listen to songs that I want, I do like the lyric version,
Right.
in which is made by whoever, right? But YouTube often gets the original version or the official video because they sponsor those ones and make more money that way.
Yeah.
For the more views and stuff. And so I was listening to it when one of the songs like came on, and I looked over and it's the original video, and there's a trumpet in it, and I got to thinking, like, man, it's really funny when you have to record a trumpet because you are just, and similar trombone and all the other things, you're just like, you have a mic in front of you and then you have the trombone, and it's just the trombone fucking blasting music into the mic, like 6 feet away from it.
Blowing it out by default.
I just thought it was so funny when I saw it. Like, I guess that is how they record like trumpets and trombones and all those things. But man, if Toy Story ended up being real and like that mic was animated, boy, I bet it would hate its life.
I'd be crumpling under the pressure, blowing in the wind. Looked like it's blowing in the wind.
It'd be actually just deaf. Every mic would just like be utterly deaf.
Can't record anymore.
It'd be horrible. Tuba's got to be even worse.
Oh, absolutely.
Although tuba's like a lower register, right?
I assume it's deep. That's what that
right.
means.
Yeah, it's deeper. That's what I mean. Trumpets go like higher pitch and stuff.
Yeah.
Although, so I don't know which one would be worse.
I think it's low stuff.
It'd be like a dog whistle.
Because low stuff that can get louder technically.
Oh, true. Like
that's
the decibels
bass.
and everything?
Yeah.
Right. I guess you're right. Tuba, I guess, would be worse. and surely some spittle has to come out of that.
Oh, definitely.
Like all of those type of instruments.
And the mic's soaking it up.
Ugh. That's
I used to play to a trumpet.
Did you really?
I did in elementary school, I think. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, but were you actually any good?
I don't know. No one complained.
Okay, well. Fair enough. I used to play saxophone.
What?
I
Jazz
quit.
band. If you like
I quit.
That.
Nah, it wasn't for me. I mean, actually, it was for me, but I didn't want to do any of the music they were doing.
Right.
Because it's all boring classical shit. Because it's for the school, right? So it's like you have to play music that they choose.
No freestyling.
Right, like you can't do anything fun. So it's like, and like a lot of the music that they chose, saxophone has like a lower, like they don't have that much. Well, they don't have that much notes in the whatever they're playing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like their part is smaller because it's a more niche instrument.
Yeah.
Compared to like a flute or the drums or a trumpet even. I didn't expect
just chime in for like a third of the song.
Right. You like we get like, 20 seconds and then the flute just like busting rhymes the entire time. Oh, terrible.
Those things fill with spit.
Really? Do they?
Yes.
I imagine so. That's even because you're not even like blowing. You're just like whistling into it.
You had to like regularly empty it out.
How often do you think like did you know the word for someone who plays the flute is a flautist?
What?
Yeah, I learned that years ago when I was younger watching Family Guy, and I never knew what it meant.
Fake.
Flautist. No, it's real. It's real. Because Brian in the episode, like the nuclear Y2K episode, Brian's like, I could have I was gonna bang the flute player, and then Peter brings him down to the basement, and then he's like, a flautist, Peter. And he gets all upset. But surely the flautists have like dry mouth all the time.
Definitely.
Right? That's gotta be disgusting. Surely
people.
They have like the worst case of dry mouth.
Absolutely. They're barely making it.
That's right. I don't know why that caught me off guard so much. They're barely making it. I don't want to. You also said empty out the flute. I really don't want to see that.
Oh, I was talking about the trumpets.
Oh God. Well, I
You
bet the
gotta
flute
empty
is
those
worse
out,
though.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The trumpet's probably really bad. Or the tuba.
Oh
Just
my
fucking
god.
Niagara Falls when you spill that shit out.
Ugh.
God.
Filth.
I didn't expect this intro to go down this way.
I built on it.
But here, but here we are. Yeah, you added spittle to it.
As one does. I lubed it up.
I know what you bring. Welcome everybody to episode 139 of You're Ridiculous.
Woo!
My name is Luke. One of your hosts is always with me. Your other host, Wolf.
That's me.
That's you. Wolf, it's not an iceberg in my house anymore.
Oh, lucky you. You're saved.
Dale came through. It was 40 degrees in my house today.
Tragic.
I'm pretty sure it was warmer outside.
Weird how old houses manage that.
Well, ours is old house.
Mine is old.
Well,
not as old as yours, because I think it's like...
Mine's from the 1800s.
Okay, yours is older.
Yeah, obviously mine is older because mine's in fucking New England.
That's what I was going to say.
Right.
You've existed longer.
How old's your house?
It was built the year the Titanic sank.
Like 1911 or something?
Yeah.
Somewhere in that range?
Yeah.
I want to know if that's right.
Fact checking it real quick. Can't be spreading misinformation.
Updating. Oh, 1912.
Oh, you're so close.
I was so close. That's still pretty old though.
Yeah.
That you got a solid case for being old. Your house. Most of the time it's just due to windows.
There's a lot of windows in this house.
Yeah, we have a lot too, and like 10 years ago we got them all replaced. Or we got the ones downstairs replaced. But yeah, that's often where like most of the warmth leaves and the cold comes in. The windows. Don't let Minecraft fool you. They might look nice, but they lose all the heat.
Gasp.
We're not here though to talk about old houses and
Minecraft windows
and heat transference. We're here to talk about The Edge of Sleep.
Yeah.
Bum bum bum. Last week we talked about Blue Lock season 2. It was good.
Yeah.
We're excited to well, first 3 episodes I should say.
Yeah.
Not all of it, obviously. We'll cover it more when more comes out.
Yeah, naturally.
But Wolf, let's get right into it. What is The Edge of Sleep?
The Edge of Sleep is a show by Corey Adams, who I believe is a YouTuber, made in conjunction with other YouTubers, including Markiplier and 3 others. There's one I recognize his face, but I don't know his name.
I was gonna say, who the fuck is Corey Adams?
Some guy, a friend of theirs.
I see.
A comedian, apparently. Unless that's the wrong Corey Adams. But it is about how one night everyone just sort of dies in their sleep. And so our main characters, our remaining few, realize if they go to sleep, they'll die. And so now it's a race against time to figure out a solution. It's a short show, only 6 episodes, and each one only like 20 minutes long. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it first, because there will be spoilers.
Naturally.
Yeah, tons of them. And it's got Markiplier in it.
It does have Markiplier in it. You know what's funny? It also has Franz Drama, who plays Mateo Leon, whatever.
Yeah.
His last name's not relevant. He's in the Flash show.
Ah! I knew he looked familiar.
And Katie, the actress who played Katie, Leo Tipton, believe it or not, she was on The Big Bang Theory, and she played a Playboy bunny. Which I don't believe.
What a come up.
Well, more of a come down, really.
Ah!
The other one I've never heard of, Linda Russo. Oh no,
I liked Linda.
Eve Harlow, who played Linda Russo. But yeah, this was a podcast though.
Oh yeah, it is originally
Allegedly.
a podcast.
Although, so I didn't. We talked about this before. Audience might remember this. We talked about Wolf talked about it before, and how it had to do really well, right?
Yeah.
And that this was previously a podcast. Although realizing it now, it's really more of like an audiobook, right?
Technically, yeah.
Right, because they're just reading the script, really.
Because it's not a narrative. They're like acting. There's no narrator.
Right, but like it's as if they're recording the script.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that a podcast? That's not a podcast.
I think so, because I mean, it's not an audiobook, it's not a book.
It's more of a, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But you can also watch that if you want. That's 8 episodes, I believe, on YouTube. You can actually has the same name and everything.
Yeah.
And largely is accurate to the Amazon show.
Oh, you listened to it?
No, I listened to a couple reviews because I'll get why into a second. I listened to like 3 reviews of the show, and all of them were glazing on Markiplier. They're huge Markiplier fans, so they watched the show. They also said, barring one event in the podcast, that they're basically the same with fixed pacing issues towards the end.
All right.
Was what the reviews said. I'm only repeating that for the audience if they want to listen to one or both. Did you listen to the podcast?
I did not.
You didn't? Okay. So that's really the only difference. Apparently there's one sort of like event or like subplot line, but I guess it's not really that relevant.
Had to nip it.
Yeah, they just nipped it for time, I guess. Yeah, let's get right into thoughts rather than breaking it down, because it's kind of it's really just what you described in the beginning.
Yeah.
It's them trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, Katie's being a bitch the whole time.
It really comes down to Mark, his character Dave, and his dreams.
Yeah.
Who's plagued him his whole life.
It's walking the line of supernatural and mental illness.
It sure is. It's like if if Mark's dreams created stuff into the supernatural to be real.
Yeah.
It's like he's manifesting them almost. What did you think?
I liked it. I really liked it. Markiplier can really act. My goodness.
Okay. You gotta give me more.
I'm working on you. I stopped because you made a noise.
Sorry. Go ahead. Never mind.
I like the visuals. I'm pretty sure they're practical effects. I like the design of the elephant man made me cringe every time I looked at him. I like the slow build because you clearly know the main character Davey. He's got some kind of connection to this because he's the one who's always had sleep problems. He's always had nightmares. It's interesting seeing how as a child they got too close to it and made it worse. Frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And he accidentally murders the doctor or whatever, and everyone. And I guess that was like the end of that. They're like, okay, no more. Right. Problem solved. We're not talking about it anymore.
Just hope it goes away. I have 2 questions for you. Okay. And this is sort of what I was alluding to before I interrupted you accidentally. What about the show made you really like it? Besides what you mentioned, because a lot of that is surface level stuff.
I like the premise of the no people can't sleep and there's a timeline, time limit. What do you call it? Okay. Rooster Teeth did a show like that way back when, and now it's deleted from existence. I think it's called Day 5 or something. Yeah. I never got to finish it, but I did really like it. Right. I like the slow mental breakdown of all the characters, because you see Mateo, everyone deals with sleep deprivation differently. Katie goes down like a bitch. She's just bleh. Mateo starts getting goofy. He's in peak silly hours. Right. Linda's aggressive, hostile. She's having mood swings. And Davey, he's used to being sleep deprived, so he's the least affected out of all of them. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Now, what specifically did you like about Mark's acting? It was very emotional. Very, yeah. Okay. What do you call it? The part when Katie finally taps out. You can really hear the shake in his voice, the devastation. Okay. He's just please give her more drugs or whatever. And she's like,
Right.
I can't. I can't.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that one. I do think Mark did a really good job, particularly in that scene. I thought in the beginning of the show, or the first, maybe 2 episodes or so, it felt really weird. Like, it was like I was watching Markiplier in a show that he didn't belong in. It was very weird. But I will agree that it and I'm not even sure you said this, but I thought he got way better every episode, like after episode 2. Like episode 3, 4, 5, 6 were all really good acting from him, especially the part where you mentioned when Katie dies. That was like, I will say though, I don't know if I like the show.
What?
I'm not even saying like I didn't like it, but I'm like, I just like don't understand if it was like enjoyable. Like, I think if season 2 or whatever you want to call it, more episodes came out tomorrow, I probably would watch them. But like, I'm not sure that I enjoyed the first 6 episodes.
Wow.
I agree that some of the effects were really good. I thought when like he pours the pills into his hand and then feeds them to the like space whale.
Yeah.
The whale itself, on the close up of the mouth, looked bad, but when you zoomed out and it's just the whale, that looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And the rest of the effects, they didn't like go too crazy on like special effects, but when they were used, they were really good.
Yeah.
I agree with you that. I also really like the elephant monster. Very unsettling to look at because it's just humanoid enough, but like not at all human where you understand it.
Yeah. Like
you see some eyes and you see a concept of like maybe where a nose or a mouth might be. Other than that, like it's very weird.
Yeah.
It's
hard
very unsettling. Yeah, it is. It was. And I think that was the point.
Yeah.
It's also, how did like little kid Mark deal with seeing that?
He's that guy.
He's him. No wonder he fucking stabbed the doctor.
He sure did. Oh my god.
Also, that actor is bald. Why did they give him fake terrible hair? That actor is actually fairly famous. His name is Carlos Rota. He's in a bunch of other stuff. He's just bald.
Wow.
They gave him one of the worst wigs I've ever seen.
He didn't want to be bald anymore.
At least give him like a haircut or like that would match his character. Don't give him literally like the wig you find at Walmart or something.
The $10 Amazon wig.
Yeah, that was so funny. That character was really good though. I liked him.
Yeah.
It was just like funny. I will say though, not counting Mark, Mateo stole the show.
Oh yeah.
He was easily the most enjoyable character to watch because he was one of the few people acting like an actual fucking human being. Everybody else was either very weirdly calm. In Mark gets the pass because, like you said, he's been dealing with it his whole life.
Yeah.
But like Linda, she's okay with it, I guess.
She's got nerves of steel, I guess.
Katie apparently also fine with it once she like gets over Mark breaking into her house.
Katie,
everybody and even that nurse that just up and dies, she's like doesn't care.
Everyone dropped out overnight. Weird.
But yeah, right. But Mateo's just like, yeah, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. I'm gonna fucking bite my arm to stay awake. What a gamer.
Indeed. He's doing his best.
I really liked him. He was a good character. He also, like, even in the beginning when he's just like trying to be Dave's friend, like the acting in the dialogue there was really good.
Yeah.
Right? Like they didn't do the like weird like bromance stuff that you could sometimes see like forced relationships trying to do.
Yeah.
They were just like talking like human beings. It's like, wow, it's like, normal dialogue is believable. Imagine that.
They're just conversing with each other.
Right.
With no ulterior motives.
and their characters are talking as they are themselves, right? Like Matteo clearly has his own sort of personality to him, but he's not like it's not so overblown. It's like very believable.
Yeah.
And same with Mark. He's trying to be like this sort of nerdy, almost like inward character, very shy, and it's all very believable. But
socially awkward.
Right. Culminating all of that, I can't tell if this show is good. Because I don't... There was really no ending or answers.
Yeah, it never gets to, like, the point of it all. It's like, this was like, what do you call it? Arc 1. Yeah. There might not ever be an Arc 2 or 3. Not Arc Act.
Yeah. I knew what you meant. Right, that's a really good way of putting it. And I think that's what frustrates me. Because especially... like the pacing from like episode 1 to 2 was like, oh wow, our friends are in trouble, let's bring them to the hospital. And then episode 2 is like, global fucking pandemic, we are the last ones alive. And I'm like, all right. And then episode 6 is like, we made it to the island, never mind where the plane went,
it's in the ocean.
Now they didn't show anything. They just fucking start swimming to the island. Also, imagine if Mark was wrong, right? They're just stranded there now.
I mean, they're gonna die in like 5 hours.
That's the other thing that I really got annoyed by, was particularly Katie and Linda. More so Katie, because fuck Katie. The entire time that they're all together, Matteo and Dave are like, we should do this thing. Let's try this thing. And the other two are like, no, are you crazy? We can't do that. It's like, what else are you going to do?
Right. You don't have options here.
What other options are there? Like, no, we can't cut this guy open because of reasons. It's like, okay, well, this is literally our only course of action to figure out some semblance of figuring out what might be wrong with him.
Yeah, Linda gets on page. Katie never gets on page. She just stops voicing it.
Right. Linda does get on page. And sometimes Linda's the one bringing it up.
How dare you let this cancer patient die peacefully on her own terms?
Yeah, to help the greater good. As if there's... I mentioned it in our group chat. I forget what it was. But, like, first of all, going in your sleep, probably one of the better ways to go, right?
Yeah.
Secondly, the only thing that not the only thing, but one of the things that upscales that is having a like heroic anime protagonist death. Yeah. And this is what that lady got.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in a heat of battle, super exciting, but she's doing it for the greater good, especially to protect those four, even more so to protect Katie. And Katie's like, no, you need to stay alive so you can maybe live, 10 more hours with me.
Suffering the whole time because you can't give her the codeine.
Right. Yeah. Let's not forget she's dying of cancer. Inoperable. Literally her spine is like growing feelers to like engulf her own body.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, don't kill her. I love her.
How could you? Then she doesn't want Mark to go to sleep. I'm like, well, what else is he going to do?
That's the thing, right? Like, Mark's idea is like, okay, I'm going to sleep for 2 minutes and maybe we'll get somewhere, right? Like, I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's better than doing nothing, right? And so the other two are like, yeah, let's do it. And Katie's like, no, you could die. I'm like, that's literally what he's trying to prevent, is for all of us dying. Better one person dies than all of them.
Right. At least you can say you tried.
Right. God, it was so annoying. Katie was such a terribly written character.
She's like ignoring all of Dave's call navigating because she thinks it's like a breakup thing. Oh, take me back. When there's like an emergency. Like, I don't care if you recently broke up with someone. If someone called you like 20 times, something has happened.
Right. And especially like, surely you listen to a number of those, right?
Yeah.
Like, the first couple at least. And it's like, something has happened. Please call me back. Something went wrong at the party. Like, that was the initial phone call he left her. Surely you answer based on that alone.
Yeah.
Like, What if he was in trouble and he just wanted to say goodbye? What if he was dying?
Right, he was dropped dead instantly.
Right.
and then she would have never heard from him again. No last words.
What a cunt. What a cunt. God, if you're a Katie stan, stay away from me.
There's something wrong with you.
I don't like
You're probably
her.
a Chloe stan, too.
Who the hell's Chloe?
She's the blue-haired one from Life is Strange.
Oh, I'm not
I
familiar.
fucking hate her. You know, they made a canon that Max destroyed the town to be with Chloe, and then Chloe broke up with her anyways. So what was it all for?
Nothing, apparently. Get fucked. Get owned. Well, that's just like, I just forgot.
Alrighty.
No, Chaos, where he goes to hell to rescue her.
Perhaps.
And she's like, I don't want to be with you anymore. Although that one's a little justified considering it's his fault. She was there.
It is his fault. And she ultimately does leave with him. They're just not, together.
Well, yeah, didn't leave in the way he wanted to. So, the one thing that we haven't mentioned is that at least to me, incredibly obvious cliffhanger at the end.
Oh, yeah, when everyone wakes back up, technically.
I almost said it several times in a message to you. I'm like, I bet this... I particularly thought of it when the nurse laid down. And I'm like, I bet she's going to wake up at some time. And then I didn't expect them to all wake up with, like, triangles in their eyes.
Ah, yeah, possessed.
Or, like, Katie looking like the girl from The Ring.
Walking out the ocean. Or maybe she's just floating there. I don't know. I don't know how deep she is.
She's like this. She's like a buoy, just floating, just bobbing in the water. And who's she staring at? Like the rest of them just wake up, right? But Katie's obviously staring at the camera.
Yeah.
But in Katie's perspective, like, what's going on here? She's in the middle of the ocean.
Nothing else to look at but forward.
True. What do you think's going to happen with this?
I'll be honest, I don't know.
I don't either.
There was a level of not explaining the supernatural aspect just enough. I'm like, okay, something's happening.
That's a good point. It was like a level that it's not like you understand it, but it's like you almost just don't even have enough to question it.
Yeah.
Which maybe was one of the things I didn't like. It's hard to pinpoint exactly what it was. How did you feel about that?
It was definitely one of the weaker moments. Maybe if they like introduced the supernatural element maybe an episode earlier, because then we went from like, oh, maybe it's a sickness, maybe it's a virus, to, oh, maybe it's a little spooky, to like full-blown 10 out of 10 paranormal activity. Right. I'm like, oh, okay. They're getting like their brains melted by a higher force.
Right. Exactly. It was very abrupt. Now, I assume that this is attributed to cutting down to 6 episodes from 8.
Ah, is that what happened?
Yeah, in the podcast version, there's 8 episodes.
I see.
But there's also a little bit more in the podcast. Like, there's a couple plot points that ultimately aren't relevant, but are told. So that could be accompanying the additional episodes. I also heard from the reviews, again, these were admittedly biased reviews because they're glazing Mark hard. But they did say that the pacing in this show was better. Apparently, the ending in the podcast version is worse.
I can believe it.
The speed of it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's even faster, which is unthinkable.
How'd all those other people get to the island? There's no dock.
Well, they probably just did the same thing that these guys did, right? To some degree.
Polluting the ocean around it.
Well, so theirs was a fucking private jet, right?
It was.
Obviously, it could be like additional boats, or not additional, but just boats in general. It could be helicopters, because it obviously doesn't say where this island is in relation to the world, but some people are coming from all over the place, right? So they could be closer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Their trip was like 17 hours or something.
Hellish.
Indeed. Yeah. 17 hours where you literally have to raw dog the flight.
Yeah.
You can't fall asleep, and there's nothing to do. There's no in-flight movie.
Nothing.
It's your entire goal is to stay awake.
Just you, yourself, and I.
With people that you, well, I guess it's really just, yeah, with some amount of people you barely know.
Yeah.
Which I guess would kind of like, would help if you weren't like running on 70 hours of no sleep. Because I would have zero social battery.
Same. We're just staring at each other. Even if I knew you were just staring at each other. Like, what's there to say?
Honestly, that's probably what I would do. It's like the airplane seats in the private jets where they face each other.
Yeah.
It's just like deadpan face, just like staring at each other. It's like making sure you don't fall asleep, and do the same for me.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how dog shit Dave is at keeping Katie like from falling asleep?
Right? Like, hit smack her. Do anything. She is just drifting off. She is not at the point where her brain should be shutting down because she's been awake as long as everyone else, if not slightly less.
It started in the ambulance, and she's just like going, like dozing off, and Mark is next to her. Dave is next to her, and he's just like, "Hey, Katie, wake up." And like it doesn't get any faster until her eyes are fully closed and she's dozing into sleep.
Yeah, like shake her, do anything.
Punch her.
You went straight to the fucking adrenaline shot.
Right, just do anything. It was, and then obviously she dies on the plane, which is like the most lame death I've ever seen.
True.
It was like so abrupt, and the ambulance would have been better, because then you see like, I like the camera filming there where like it starts to narrow and narrow as her eyes get like slower and slower.
Yeah.
To sleep. That was really cool.
That was. They should have saved that for her plane moment. Right?
They really should have. That would have been way better. They should have swapped, because like all my, like, not really that I cared about Katie that much, but like if I did care about Katie, all of my emotion is drained from that scene. It's like, oh, she's alive. She's gonna have a way cooler death if any of them do die after that. And then you just get on the plane, and it's like, well, now I don't care because this is way worse than the ambulance.
Yeah. She just dips.
just like, What, so are you hoping for more?
More would be cool. I'm not upset if there isn't more.
Yeah.
It's a good experience. It's an exploration piece. We need more.
It's an exploration piece. It was one of the better, not spoiler, but if you watch, you could watch it all in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because it's 6 episodes and they're roughly 20 minutes apiece. It felt like a really good short, I guess it's not short, but like college film almost.
I think this
like
falls
it's
into
obviously
the range
like
of a short film.
Well, yes, but like 2 hours is longer than most films, right?
Maybe.
That's why I meant it's not that short. But it feels that way. It feels like a short film.
Yeah.
Like in what they're trying to convey through the story.
Yeah.
The essence of it is very short film feeling. And I thought it was really good. I also agree with you that I think it's okay if they don't do more, because like the 3 characters that most people will probably end up liking do have a relatively happy ending.
Yeah.
They get to go to sleep without threat of not waking up.
Yeah, and they may be fighting a war eventually.
Eventually, but like, you know, who cares? And and the dreaded Dr. Wig is gone.
Yeah. My only gripe, I have one gripe.
Okay.
You don't start dreaming immediately when you go to sleep. It takes also, 3 hours.
There's plenty of people that don't dream at all. Well,
yeah. Well, they don't remember it. They do dream.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's correct.
Because you only dream during REM sleep.
Right. Which REM sleep is not initiated in fucking 2 minutes.
Yeah. Also, shout out to them just instantly knocking out that fast.
Right. Like, goddamn, give me what you're having. Although it makes sense for, like, towards the end, right?
Yeah.
But, like, in the very beginning, they're just like, okay, I'm going to go to sleep. Okay. And they're like, I'm dreaming. I'm full on dreaming.
We snore.
That is a good point. One that I didn't originally think of when I was watching, but it is very funny. If you're...
They could have just like napped in shifts.
What?
And they could have just napped in shifts, edged their sleep.
You can't edge too much. Because you... Are you saying they should have like edged 2 minutes?
No, I think like if you consider like if it was like real and that you get the full 3 hours, they could like each get like 2 hours each.
Oh, if you had to die in your dream. Sure. Well, then it wouldn't be interesting.
Yeah.
Because plenty of people can run off of just an hour or two of sleep. In fact, most like recommendations for naps are only 30 minutes.
That is true.
So they could easily just run off that. If they're getting 2 hours, like goddamn, they're living in luxury.
2 minutes it is.
2 minutes. That's fair. However, this is like not a prelude at all. They're not related, but this is like something. This was part of a deal, right, for Iron Lung? Is that the case?
Yeah, basically. It's like it's not explicitly in those words, but that is what's happening.
Right. And so now that, I guess you can explain it.
Because Hollywood doesn't like YouTubers, even if the said YouTuber has like proven himself worthy. One of his I think his manager did like an interview and he mentioned I'll get him a podcast on Spotify, and when he beats Joe Rogan in the charts, then they'll start taking him seriously. And then they beat Joe Rogan in the charts. They did not start taking him seriously.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
But we did hit the goal. The plan did work. It was top 10 for like a week.
Yeah.
Although interestingly, there's no longer a top 10 on the Amazon Prime website.
Have to take it down. Don't want to be making deals like that anymore.
The studio that made it made a fool of themselves at every step.
They sure did. Oh yeah, they released it early.
Yeah, they released it early. They did no marketing. They never even made a trailer. Mark made a trailer and stuck it on his channel.
I saw that.
Ridiculous.
It was an alright trailer.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was not bad. But
they got the point across.
Right. So now we are getting the Iron Lung movie.
Maybe.
Right.
Because Hollywood sucks.
Right. It's a potential that we get the movie because of this sort of not deal, but is a deal.
Yeah, because it did so well. It did really well for what it was and for how it was released.
Yeah, exactly. Which, kudos to Mark, because, boy, a lot of projects would not have survived all of that.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he got to push through what he believes in.
He went off on some people on Reddit.
He what?
Oh, he went off on this guy. This guy on Reddit went into the Markiplier subreddit and was like, this is all fake. There was no deal. It doesn't make sense. I'm in the industry, so I know things. And Markiplier hit him back with quite the essay, and he deleted his account.
I bet. I would too. Well, I wouldn't do that, but yeah. No surprise. What a schmuck.
I know, right?
Why do people do that? They really thought.
Thought he wasn't going to say anything.
Right? Or even if Mark didn't comment, clearly someone else is going to. And just clap back with the facts.
Yeah. In his fucking subreddit.
Right. Shit talking Mark in his own subreddit. Clearly not the place to do it. What are we doing here?
Oh.
Man. Oh, well. So what do you rate it, the show as a whole?
Solid 7 out of 10.
I give it a 5 out of 10.
Ooh.
It was good, but I can't tell if I enjoyed it.
The visuals really carried it.
I agree. The visuals are very good. The cinematography and most of the acting is very solid.
Yeah.
Except for Katie. Katie sucks. We don't need to see whoever this lady is anymore.
Fuck Katie. All my homies hate Katie.
That's right. But we have a question of the week from Rain this week. Wolf, what is it?
This week's question of the week is: if you could have a machine that can magically produce any food you want, but only that one food, what food would you produce?
I have the perfect answer.
Go ahead.
Caviar. Because then I would sell it, and I would make billions.
Wow, perfect plan. You're gonna inflate the market.
Well, no, see, I can become the sole seller of caviar, because the issue with caviar is that it's not like environmentally friendly or humane. Not humane, or I guess humane.
What's the word? Ethical? I think ethical.
Ethical is the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Ethical to extract from the fish, right?
Yeah.
But if I just have a machine that makes it all, it's perfect.
That is true.
And I can undercut the people that sell it from farms.
You could indeed.
So it's a win-win-win. The people get their ethically sourced caviar. We ruin the industry. And I make money. And, have caviar to throw at people.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat it, but...
You don't like caviar?
I've never had it. I would try it. I've never had it, though, so I don't know if I would like it.
It's on a lot of sushi.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. What does it taste? Is it like one of those... Are they like squishy?
Gushers. They're kind of like gushers, honestly. It's
I was
salty.
thinking like the bubble tea.
Oh, no, I like those.
Okay.
I don't like bubble tea.
Well, yeah, of course they're salty. I can't imagine they'd be very good, though. But I know they're a delicacy. But that's mine. I'm cheating the question.
Genius.
What about you? You had the whole episode.
Rainbow sherbet ice cream.
God, get out of here.
They're always out. There's always a fucking shortage on them, and I go and buy it. They don't have it. And it's like the only ice cream flavor I eat aside from vanilla. And but we still got 30 different kinds of chocolate for everyone to enjoy, but I can't have some rainbow sherbet.
So, why rainbow sherbet?
I don't know. It's just the one that tastes the best.
But it's an amalgamation of a bunch of different sherbets.
It sure is, and on their own, they don't taste as good.
What? So you want like a scoop where you get like raspberry, lemon, and whatever, like orange and whatever all their
yeah.
Are. You want all of them together.
Yeah, it pops out perfectly sized scoops, like circle.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking you could just like do like a half a scoop of each into a bowl, but it doesn't work that way. Not as well, at least.
Something
Fair
else.
Enough. How many flavors are in rainbow sherbet?
I think it's 3. And then there's like a variant kind that uses the 3 other colors. Because default, it's orange, green, and... I think it's orange and green. And pink. Yeah, orange, green, and pink.
Oh, yeah, green. You're right. Orange, green. Yeah. You know your stuff. You know your sherbet.
And then there's like a cotton candy version one that's like hit and miss. And it's like blue, a different pink, and like something else, purple.
Lime, orange, and raspberry.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. What's this yellow one? What's the flavor of these ones?
Lemon.
Right, that's what I was originally thinking. Oh, pineapple, orange, and raspberry.
Pineapple?
Apparently that's the yellow.
Disgusting.
Yeah, pineapple's terrible. I had a friend in high school whose favorite food was pineapple, but he was allergic. So he just ate it during lunch, and then his tongue would swell up and he couldn't talk.
Perfect excuse.
It was great. I cannot tell you the last time I had sherbet.
Wow.
I don't really buy ice cream.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you eat for like dessert?
I don't really eat dessert that much.
Insane.
Well, so my dessert is mostly like frozen fruit.
I see.
Like that's the thing. Like
ice cream.
Particularly frozen mangoes because they're really easy to eat.
I see.
I really like those. But like if I'm buying like ice cream or something, it'll be or particularly sherbet, I would rather just get a full thing of raspberry.
What?
Yeah.
You're a freak.
I don't want the green and the orange.
They all they coalesce into one new flavor. Rainbow.
Miss me with that. Just give me the raspberry. It's the best flavor. I don't want sherbet. I don't want orange sherbet.
I think, honestly, I like the orange part the best because that's what push pops are made out of. It's only orange sherbet.
You're delusional.
And it tastes amazing. I've never had just the green, though.
The green surely has to be the worst single flavor.
Absolutely.
Like, I think it's probably one of the better, like, accompanying flavors. But no way some freak is out there buying a full tub of green sherbet. Like, I'd rather eat the orange before I do a full tub of green. But the raspberry one is undeniably the best.
It's okay.
You're terrible.
Listen, they're all okay on their own. Well, they're both okay on their own. I don't know what green tastes like.
What? What is the rainbow flavor?
It tastes like rainbow.
What? Okay, but like...
Yeah, you're asking me to describe what water tastes like. It tastes like rainbow. And if you blindfolded me and I ate some ice cream, I could tell you which one was rainbow.
Fucking, I've had enough of you. Take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 139 of You're Ridiculous. If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button to hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a... No! If you're watching on a podcast, the website, be sure to hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support the show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You follow Lucas at 7 Angry Wasps. You follow me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week, but until then, say goodbye.
Nice voice crack. Goodbye.